Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Redmen TV and the Player Ranking Show. After Liverpool beat Leicester, it went up a notch there, didn't I? Dear me. Liverpool beat Leicester 3-1 to very much stay very much top of the Premier League on Boxing Day. 7 points clear, game in hand. Boss, good, sound. Not you messing. Cody Gakpo, brilliant. Cody Gakpo, brilliant. We'll talk about him in more detail as we go along. Mo Salah doing Mo Salah things, and Curtis Jones. Nice. Very nice. We weren't great for a bit, actually, just loads of fucking shit crosses. And then we were much better, second half. Much, much better. So yeah, good. Let's talk about it, shall we? And we shall begin with Alisson Becker. So anybody who's new to this bit, welcome. Happy Christmas. But basically, I pick up a player's face, you tell me where to put him in boss sound or you're messing. Now, you tell me where, but then when I do it, you then say higher or lower. It's like anyone watched Bruce Forsyth's Play Your Cards Right years ago? It's a little bit like that, but there's no scantily clad women walking in every 5 minutes, which in some ways is a shame. But yeah, once I've done it, if you're not happy, tell me in the chat. Harry Wilson, boss, yeah. I'm going to have to dig out an old Harry Wilson car from somewhere. Alisson, boss, solid boss. You're messing. I don't agree. Ali, boss, listen, we concede. He's saving that shot if it isn't for Virgil van Dijk's little heel sending it in, diverting it away from Alisson's grasp, which was a shame. But other than that, it was a pretty quiet night, wasn't it? Like, other than the goal, they never really tested him. As much as I was underwhelmed with Liverpool for a large part of that first half, we were still very much in the ascendancy. We didn't really give them a sniff or another sight of goal necessarily, which was good. So yeah, I feel like somewhere in sort of the sound to boss region. I think boss is a bit of a stretch, if I'm going to be honest. Made one very good save, one, yeah. I'm happy with high sounds. You'll never walk alone. I don't think he warrants a boss. And listen, generally speaking, he does warrant the boss. Spent his Christmas Day with Bobby Firmino, which I'm very jealous about, actually. But yeah, why wouldn't he stay straight? There we go, kind of. Could have taken his dog food. Yeah, I did wonder at one point with all the fog whether he was going to realise we were still playing, or everyone had gone off at half time, and Alisson Becker would just be stuck out there, not realising all his mates had left him. But yeah, Trent, let's do Trent. Could do better. Oh, fucking hell, I'm going to open a can of worms here. The first goal comes from down his side. He will absolutely certainly be criticised for that and not getting back, not busting the gut to get back. It's God, I hate myself for saying this. It's kind of the way he plays a little bit, I guess. Yeah. Frustrating though it is. And he frustrated me generally a lot in the first half. His corners left a hell of a lot to be desired, by about 2.5 foot most of the time, to be honest. His passing is still a joke. Let's not beat around the bush. It just is. He was culpable for a lot of the aimlessly overhit crosses that I referenced earlier on, which were properly doing my head in for large parts. But again, when we did start ticking and we did up the tempo and we were in control, he was a big reason as to why for me. Just his passing range, his ability. He played one pass in the first half as well, which is left-footed. It's a switch. Thinks over to Cody Gakpo. Fucking piss take, man. Piss take. Kid's a joke. He's the footballer. I grew up watching Steven Gerrard, adored Steven Gerrard, obviously, everyone did. He was probably the one in my childhood. If I could have been anyone, Liverpool-wise, it would have been him. Not just because of how good he was, but because of the way he played as well. It's probably Trent, really, in this Monty. Listen, I love Salah, I love Van Dijk, but in terms of the type of player, the just innate ability he has to strike a football, he's fucking... Kid's a joke. Lots of sounds coming in. High sounds, iffy. Some key passes. Sound could do better. Lots of sounds. Sound but close to your messing from John. His corners were awful. I agree. I absolutely agree. Crossing was poor. Passing was boss. Yeah, I think that leaves us in sort of a sound region, to be honest. Alisson Becker will not stay there, will he? I'm all right with that. As much as I've just sang his praises and said how brilliant I think he is a footballer, which I do. I don't think tonight was his best night. by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I'm definitely guilty of that, because I know ability-wise he should be in this week in, week out, because that's just what he is as a footballer. And he does fall below that quite a bit. Paolo says low sound. That'll do for me, Paolo. That'll do for me. Yeah, he does give off them vibes sometimes. Joe Gomez, a couple of decent defensive interventions, rather, from Joe Gomez, I thought tonight. A couple of big tackles too. So yeah, pleased actually with Joe. Again, we concede. It's kind of down his side as much as it is Trent's, I guess, really. And again, I think the whole defence gets sort of a black mark against their name for me for that goal, because it was just so poor, really, just really tame. I've used that word to describe it a few times, but I'm going to labour the point, because it's just a nothing ball into an area of a box, and it's got no pace on it. It travels for far too long. It's just all a bit meh. You know what I mean? Disappointing. Really disappointing. Anyway, lots of people like Joe Gomez tonight, which is good. Boss lad, lower boss, boss, mid boss. Yeah, he's done really well. Done really, really well. And it was quite telling before how somebody in the chat a moment ago, I forgot who it was, so forgive me, said, like, does Ibu get his place back? Now, he probably does, because it's Ibu Konate. But he's playing so well that can even be a conversation, which, you know, speaks to his form, which is nice. Thanks. I'm not sure you should be telling me that, or she should be telling you that, but thanks all the same, I think. Yeah, I want to move on from that. Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, okay, Bear. Should we just move on again, quickly? Well, boss, yeah. Unfortunate with the goal, I guess. Just literally flicks the back of his heel. And again, denied Alisson Becker what would have been a pretty routine save. But yeah, I thought he was good, actually. I thought he won most of his duels. Looked very back to his old self in terms of just the calm and composed manner with which he dealt with stuff. And he deals with stuff in such a way whereby he's not actually defending all the time. And I'll make sense of this point in a moment. But he gets us on the front foot and gets us playing again by the way he defends, just lays it into the path of people around him and allows us to be moving forwards all the time, which is really, really quite the skill, to be honest with you. Virgil Boss Dyke, but yeah, he's fucking strong, isn't he? Virgil Boss, I've forgiven deflection for the goal. High sound, lots of bosses. Okay. Yeah, that was a thing. Listen, I'm fine with it. If you're happy and she's happy, then I'm happy. Virgil van Dijk goes into boss. I do think as high as Gomez is a bit kind, to be honest with you, so I'm going to do that. Andy Robbo. Andy Rob. To forget Quadbod, thanks, mate. I corrected myself. I'm glad you agree. Ali really wants to be your messing, doesn't he? I've just seen that comment. I'm going to have to get somebody below him in a moment. Not a euphemism. Andy Robbo. High sound alongside Trent. Sound from Robbo. You're messing from Mazen. Maybe, is that just to hold Alisson Becker up, or is that your genuine opinion on Andy Robertson's performance tonight? Listen, I've said that like 5 times now with these defenders. We'll move on from the Leicester goal in a minute, I swear to God. Another one. He kind of gets a little bit bullied by Ayew, if we're going to be brutally honest. Maybe you should stand off him and wait for him, and then he can maybe block the effort. Tries to engage, tries to get tight to his man, and doesn't really do any of them things. Ayew's just a little bit too strong. To be fair to Ayew, his body movement's really good and uses his body well to not give Andy Robertson a sniff. But yeah, bit worrying. Deliveries were okay, slightly better than Trent's, I would say. But yeah, it got better as the game went on. I agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. And Baldwin, straight to the point, no messing. We don't have a category for neither new one, but maybe we need to invest in that. Let's go. A low sound for Robbo, I think. Man, might be a bit harsh that, I think. Alongside Trent. I'm going to go alongside Trent. Yeah. Listen, he's not. He's not. I don't know about Robbo. One game you think he's back and he's answered all his critics and you can move on. And the next one you think, well, there's still question marks, there's still reservations. He's not convincing anyone, Andy Robertson, right now, including me. Ryan Gravenberg. what we're saying about Ryan Gravenberch, just, yeah, looking brilliant. I said it earlier on, like, he's some man for one man, and just continue. I actually thought he had his worst spell of the game for Liverpool for a little bit, actually. In one of the first, like, opening 15 minutes, he had a little few moments where I thought, I'm not used to that from Ryan this season, but I thought he shook it off quite well and actually was brilliant thereafter, and continues to impress week in, week out, basically. And yeah, I just think he's been an absolute revelation so far this season, as do all of you by the looks of it. Solander's back. Thanks for coming back. I didn't want to scare you off with my reaction to the comment earlier. I'm glad you stuck around. Leah Maud, and hello to Mrs. Solander. Of course, sound, fair game, grab, boss, high sound. Not his best, but yeah, this is kind of where I'm at with him, to be honest. Because I don't think he shone for large parts, and again, it speaks to the levels he's been at that we can actually have a grown-up conversation and critique his performances, despite him being really good again. Shows just how fucking exceptional he's been this season. But I would probably go something like that for Gravenberch. Maybe that's a little bit harsh, but I just feel like there was better players than him tonight. One of whom may be in my hands right now, actually. Like Graven Lobos. That is shoehorned in, that, my friend. But listen, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Alexa McAllister, somebody else I don't hate. Yeah, sound, quad pod. I'm not going to make this a thing right now in the chat. It's too late. It's Boxing Night. But yeah, feel free to have a chat about it if you want. I won't take acceptance. I'm not angry. I'm not going to bring up any more of your comments, but I'm not angry. Macca boss, McAllister boss. We do have a man the match card as well, if anybody hasn't done this before, so that will come out a little bit later. So do stick around to see me put that next to somebody's head, because that's the best bit of the night, quite frankly. Keep your goals, keep all that sort of stuff. Me putting a card next to somebody's head. Just boss game and made tonight, CP Spurs. Yeah, he's brilliant, isn't he? Brilliant. I spent a long time in the last show just telling everybody how much I love Lex McAllister. I'm not going to do the same again. I thought he's class personified as per usual. Curtis Jones, 100 appearances, Premier League, goal. Seemingly the winning goal for a large part. Quad bod, yeah, you're back in. Yeah, Curtis Jones. Strange game actually for Curtis in a way, because it felt like the type of game that you did want him in terms of that ability around the area and tight spaces and the intricacy, and Leicester being deep and compact. Never really panned out like that though. It felt like it was so busy and congested, and the traffic was so tight, and Leicester did defend the edge of their box so well. He couldn't really have the impact that he probably wanted to, and we went wide, and we know that didn't really work. But yeah, thought it was good. Thought the goal lovely. And when we did up the tempo and improve in the first half, he was the reason as to why. I'm kind of with this though, I must admit. Yeah, I'm also this a little bit, to be honest. Macca higher, says Rajiv. I'll sort that now. Boss, I think high sound for Curtis, as a lot of you guys do, which I'm pleased about. McAllister higher. Okay then. Yeah, probably it was a bit harsh, to be honest with you. In second thought, I think high sound for Curtis around the Gravenberch sort of level has been lower, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, on to the front three. Mo Salah, the inevitable Mo Salah, just continues to fucking be a genius, really, at the football stuff. Took that goal. Just the effortlessness, the ease with which he passed it into the corner. Like, I was... Is he falling again? What's going on, mate? Come on. I was a little bit underwhelmed. Feels like a stretch. Yeah, just a little bit like, okay, Mo's not having the greatest night ever. And there's a couple of moments he hit the bar in the first half, but one or two where you think this is it, it's going to happen. And he couldn't quite get the ball under his spell and couldn't quite make things, what normally happen. But then he does. Of course he does, because Mo Salah, and he's playing football with a Liverpool shirt on. So inevitably, he's going to score, and he's going to have a major say in the direction of travel of a football match. And that's exactly what he did, with just a delightful goal. Yeah, let's sound for Mo. I think we're going high in the sound now, everyone. I think in and around the Boss region, just stick him on Boss permanently. Somebody says, yeah, it's probably an easier way of doing it, to be honest. I'm going to put him there. Don't think it was the greatest night he's ever had in his life, but, you know, scores. Darwin Núñez. I feel like I say this every time I say his name, but strap yourselves in for some Darwin Núñez chat for a couple of minutes. What do we think about Darwin? Billy? Unlucky not to score. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I thought it was a good save. Like, I've seen some criticism of Darwin for that finish, but I thought he did pretty much everything right, other than it hitting the back of the net. And yeah, I don't know. Had he have hit that straight at the keeper, as in the chest of the keeper, I'd be with people on sort of the criticism, you know, he's got to do more than that. But to be fair, the keeper does quite well. Darwin. He frustrates me because I'm so desperate for him to do well, but I feel like I'm hitting my head against a brick wall sometimes, I must admit. Very low sound. Darwin, low sound, low sound, low sound. How you messing? You know what? I'm going to go with this for lots of reasons. A, I think it's a fair judgment. And B, it keeps Alison Becker held up. And mainly it's B. Mainly it's B. And it gets me off him nice and quick as well, which is good. Cody Gakpo. Tony Brophy is not having Darwin Núñez at all. It was quite funny because there's like 2 VAR things, wasn't there? And they both took fucking ages, by the way. How many phases were they going back? I made this joke on Twitter, so if anyone's seen it, switch off for a minute. But they went so far back on one of them, Muzzy Izzet was literally keeping somebody on side. Like, it was an absolute farce. Like refereeing so often is in this country. We haven't actually dwelled on it because we don't like doing that when we win, especially because it doesn't feel necessary. But shit, they're bad, aren't they? Cody Gakpo. He's so good, man. He's my guy, you know. I love him. I love him to pieces. My favourite of my non-favourite Liverpool players, by which I mean you've got your superstars who you just adore because they're just brilliant all the time. But Gakpo's the one where you think, people weren't sure about you, but I've always stood by you. And now look at you. Where were you lot? I am showing my age, though, you're right. I could have gone further back, to be honest, but I felt I'd keep it at least half relevant to some people. Yeah, he's boss, isn't he? Gakpo. And I said it earlier on, like, when Liverpool were a bit shit in the first half, he was the one who thought, if we're going to turn this around, if something's actually going to happen properly here, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cody Gakpo. Lo and behold, brilliant goal as well. And he even gets the assist for the Salah goal. And he does so well with that first touch in the term. Fella's a player, man. Fella's a player. And listen, the him and Diaz battle, Diaz doesn't get on tonight, of course, but that might be Cody Gakpo for the taking now. He's just, he's on it. Absolutely honest. Precision is the word. And boss is the word as well. We're going to rattle through the subs because I'm tired and it's late. So I'm going to get all 5 of them. And we're going to do them proper quick. Like, I need you all to be on your most rapid behaviour here. So let's start with... I know, Dickie, I know. It's a poor choice for me. Poor choice. Quadbod, thank you. That's the kind of thing I want to hear. So I was like, booked. There. Bit low. Harvey Elliott, late. There. Kostas Tsimikas. Diogo Jota. More minutes for Tarendo. Jesus, I'm in that sound room. Right, he is on there. Gee, a long way away. And finally, the main man himself. Jesse, thank you. The main man himself, Big Arna. How much are we crediting Arne Slot with a turnaround, I guess is the question here. I'm going to let you guys answer that by telling me where to put him. Yeah, the ultimate closer. I'm not getting involved again, mate. I'm not getting involved again. Yeah, what do we think? Literally the boss, Slot boss, high boss, boss for the boss. Needs to make the subs early. Okay, a little bit of criticism there. That's fine. That's what we're doing. Boss. What do we think? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Unreal tactician. That's a good. I can't talk more about Endo. I haven't got it in me. Slot boss, why do we doubt it needs more? It does need more sound space, particularly nights like tonight. Okay, let's go, boss. Again, we'll never know unless he comes out and tells us. Obviously, I haven't seen the press conference stuff post-match, but we'll never know just how much of the difference in Liverpool is down to Arne Slot and what he said at half-time. But the turnaround and the way in which we attacked that second half compared to the first, you'd have to say you've got to credit a lot of it to Arne Slot, because we were a different beast altogether. Now, the goal before the break helps because the game state's different and we've got the momentum, we've got the wind beneath our wing and all that sort of stuff. So that's great. But just a different team altogether. Like the way we wanted to go at Leicester, the way we went at them, the tempo of it all, just, miles better. So, Arne Slot deserves all the credit in the world for that. That's why I'm happy to see him there. He's fucking high, though. Shit, man. Finally. What are we saying? Come on, Gakpo, says Solander. This is the bit of the night, again, low battery as well. Jesus, be quick. Quick, tell me, who's man the match? Quick. I'm not the one on low battery, by the way. Loads of people, the people need to say it because the laptop is on low battery. Everyone's saying Cody Gakpo, literally, apart from Pavlos Costa. But honest to God, everyone's saying Cody Gakpo. So that looks like it's good enough for me. Thank you. Gakpo, big Gak. Yeah, Gakpo. Okay, listen, I'm swayed. I'm easily swayed. Quad bod, 7 points clear on Boxing Day. Yeah, Cody. That'll do for me. Cody Gakpo, where are you, my mate? Let's push you higher. Let's push you there. What a man. Some man for one man. Some man for one man. Cool. Cody and Dan sitting in a tree. Grow up. No, honestly, thank you so much for getting involved as ever throughout the night. The very first bit, that next bit, the watch-along bit, the bit after, and then this bit especially. It's much appreciated, especially on Boxing Night, because, it's Boxing Night, and, you could be doing other things, I guess. But honestly, much appreciated. Your company, your words, your comments, your abuse, your praise, the lot of it. Your love is honestly so appreciated here by everybody at the Redmen TV, not just me. Done. Liverpool 3, Leicester 1, 7 points clear, top of the league. Back on Sunday to take on Leicester. Fuck it, we just played them. West Ham. I will be here for that. Hopefully you can join us. We'll be doing the whole thing all over again, start to finish, as ever. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Boxing Day, stroke night. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas and festive period. I will see you then. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.